The news in detail on the hour from the WOR newsroom. Still in critical condition is the report from Kansas City's Research Hospital on former President Harry Truman. An early evening report from the hospital said that he had showed improvement in his cardiac irregularity, and Mr. Truman's personal physician, Dr. Wallace Graham, went so far as to say that his heart had weakened to an extremely precarious level earlier today. The 88-year-old former president's daughter, Mrs. Clifton Daniel, remained on the optimistic side of that professional opinion, and she said of her father after visiting him,
"Nothing has changed. He is taking some food now, some solid food. Maybe not what you and I would call solid food, but much more solid than it was. He's awake. Yeah. Well, two. No. It's two, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he responded to it very well. He's awake. And he had a slightly restless night, but he's been quite quiet through most of the day, since I've been here anyway. And again, he has no difficulty breathing, but nothing has really changed as far as his heart condition is concerned. Hasn't deteriorated at all."
In Chicago tonight, firemen are still digging in the basements of two houses that were destroyed when a United-Airlines plane crashed while approaching Midway Airport for a landing. 61 persons were aboard United's Flight 553 from Washington. So far, at least 42 bodies have been found, and among the dead was Chicago Congressman George Collins. The plane was over Chicago's southwest side and was making a routine approach, although the weather at the time limited visibility to 1 mile in snow and sleet. Suddenly, the aircraft went into a dive and crashed into several houses. One passenger said that the pilot tried to abort the landing and the plane stalled. As for the exact cause of the crash, the National Transportation Safety Board will investigate, but one amateur radio operator in Chicago said that he had monitored a conversation between the Midway Control Tower and the United plane. The radio operator said a small jet plane had circled in front of the bigger plane and forced it to make a left turn to attempt a landing on another runway. At the United Nations today, a sharp rebuke to Israel's 5-year occupation of Arab lands captured in the 1967 war. The General Assembly passed a resolution asking all member nations to withhold aid to Israel as long as it occupies the Arab territories. The resolution passed by an 86-7 vote. The United States was among 31 abstaining nations. United States Ambassador George Bush said that the resolution ignores the relationship of a possible Mideast peace settlement in which Israel would withdraw from Arab lands once a treaty is signed with Arab nations. Israel's UN Ambassador Yosef Tekoa called the resolution one-sided and inequitable and hinted that Israel would ignore it. Paris negotiations are scheduled to resume tomorrow between Dr. Henry Kissinger and North Vietnam's Le-Duc-Tho. The latest report on what may be delaying a final peace settlement is that the Viet Cong will not allow the release of American prisoners of war until South Vietnam's government agrees to free political prisoners. In Los Angeles, a federal district trial judge in the Pentagon Papers conspiracy case said today that he plans to declare a mistrial. Justice Matt Burns said that it would be foolish to proceed with the present jury, which was selected back in July in the trial of Dr. Daniel-Ellsberg and Anthony-Russo. The defense claimed that that jury may have been prejudiced by pre-trial publicity about the case. Ellsberg and Russo are to be tried again. Apollo 17 continues on course to the moon. Today, 2 of the 3 astronauts checked their moon lander and said that it was all okay for setting down on the moon. We'll have more news in just a moment. Gramercy Park Close of 64 West 23rd Street in New York says, "Mister, just because you're a big-sized guy, that doesn't mean that you can't save money on your clothes. Gramercy Park doesn't care if you're big and tall, short and fat, or somewhere in between. What's a couple of inches of cloth, more or less? If you've been paying more because hard-to-fit guys always seem to pay more, here's what to do. Go up to the 3rd floor of the factory building at 64 West 23rd Street, go through that big iron gate and take one look around at all the good-looking suits, top coats, coats, and slacks. And when you find out how many of these beautiful clothes actually fit you, whether you're very big or very tall or very short, then you'll know why so many men buy clothes at Gramercy Park.